Hello, and welcome to the 5th devlog for Project Triangle. This week I've been setting up the game state for the actual racing of the game, as well as creating an environment around the track, so let's go see what we've done. So the game looks a little different now. When we load into a track, we now have this environment that actually generates around the whole track itself, as well as some new UI features of the countdown and the actual timer, as well as the lap counter in the top right hand corner. Every time you complete a lap, your lap timer will reset, so you actually know how fast you're doing per lap, as well as at the end of the race, you'll actually find out your fastest time as well as your overall time for the whole race itself. The next big thing is obviously the fact that we now have this terrain that generates around the track itself. The terrain is pretty simple in the way it generates, it's nothing too fancy, and it just kind of encloses the whole area around the track itself. So the way that I generate my terrain is with a height map. I initialize the height map with setting a value that's really high, like a couple thousand. And then what I do is I go through and I raycast down onto the ground until I intersect with the track itself, and I set those positions in the height map to 0. I then iterate through the height map and I find that if the current height I'm on is the max value, I'll search its 4 neighbors to find whether they're lower than the max height value that it can be, and if they are, then I'll add those values together and work out the average. And I then add some layered Perlin noise, which I've remapped from 0 to 2 instead of -1 to 1 to keep the gradient always going up. I then use a custom shader to color the vertices of the environment based upon its Y position. So we get this nice kind of green at the bottom, kind of browny cliffs in the middle, and some white for the snow at the top of them. The final thing to really talk about is about the trees and how they use a single layer of Perlin noise to mark out areas where they can spawn, which then gives us kind of clumps of trees over here with some empty space in between them. Overall, I'm really happy with the environment. It doesn't feel like there's too many trees, doesn't feel like it's kind of too little, kind of feel like the right kind of balance and kind of the amount of trees that we have. And I'm also really happy with the way kind of the mountains kind of surround the track itself and makes it all feel like closed. I also feel a lot happier with the way that the racing track now feels because the environment's in place. You can't see round every corner now and kind of know what's coming ahead. It kind of feels like there's something more to the game itself rather than having that plain yellow background that we had for so long. So that's pretty much what I've been spending this week working on so far. I've done some small UI changes too, but I'm not going to bore you with that. But really looking ahead, I kind of want to get this game done by next week. There's not too much that's really left to do. I need to implement some music and some sound effects as well as to kind of finish and tidy up some of the UI and add these kind of control options and credit options into the game. But that's kind of all that's really left of the game, so I'm really going to try and push to get it done by next week. Again, just wanted to let you guys know the game is on itch. I need to go and update this page. I'm probably going to do that when the video is rendering, but if you want to go play the game in its current state, to go check out the link in the description below, and it will link you to this itch page. If you have any feedback for the game, don't forget, you can always drop it in the comment section down below. That'd be much appreciated. But with that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.